Good evening, everybody. My name is Yahya Nadeem. Welcome to the Astonishing History channel with me. And today I am going to explain about the English Civil War. The English Civil War was started on 1642. However, from 1642 to 1649, King Charles the First of England had to face major consequences between the Parliament and the monarchy. First of all, we are going to talk about what happened before Charles the First. Before Charles the First, King Charles the First's father, who was King James the Sixth and the First of Scotland and England, was the father of King Charles the First. King James the Sixth was the son of Queen Mary of Scots, and from the time when Queen Elizabeth the First had passed away, in 1603, from 1604 to 1625, King James the Sixth had become King of England and Scotland. However, more than that, in 1625 to 1649, King Charles I became king. However, it is due to that before King Charles became king, his mother, Anne of Denmark, died in 1619 by tuberculosis, and his older brother, died in the early age, who was Prince Henry. Now, when in 1625, when King James the First became king, so King Charles the First became king after James the Sixth. Now we will talk about King Charles' sovereign reign. King Charles the First had a manipulating a very major rule in his time, because during that time the British East India Company had invaded India very slowly. So King Charles I was also quite corrupt in his time, and many peasants, nobles had very unsuccessfully got him. Meaning, what it says that the king was very unsuccessful during his reign, and the peasants and the nobles hated him. So what they want to do is that the policies and the tax and the rebellions who were against King Charles I, they wanted to occur major consequences against Charles. Charles I, maybe not cruel, but he was a beloved, loved father who loved his daughter and his sons. Elizabeth Stuart, the daughter of King Charles I, wrote a letter to the Parliament to not execute my father, but they disobeyed. However, King Charles I, when he ruled from 1625 to 1649, during that time, from 7 years war, which was also known as 1642, which was also known as the English Civil War from 1642 to 1649. So this was the part role that in the English Civil War that many people had tried to attack Charles I, and they were the rivals of King Charles. King Charles himself could not do anything because he manipulated the policies, he did a lot of serious crimes, he updated the policy laws. So the parliament and the monarchy were fighting between the English Civil War. So the English Civil War had occurred, and therefore it is written in this book that the King Charles I had married to Henria, or Mary of France, of the previous year. The royal marriage produced 9 children, including Charles II and Mary Hendra, who was the wife of William of Orange. The marriage was distinguished because of the Spanish Habsburg. Their enemy, their rival was Spanish Habsburg. The Spanish, they're like the English people. So, however, in 1642, the English Civil War started. The parliamentary rivaled against the English monarch, but due to that, King Charles was arrested and he was imprisoned, exiled, based on trial. So the court had decided to execute Charles on 20th January 1649. After 30th January 1649, it happened that King Charles I was staged. He glanced At the early morning rise of the sun, he saw the rivals in front of him and as a crowd. King Charles the First got executed by an axe, and the executioner had threw a head, or he grabs the head. He got the head from his hair and said, "This is King Charles' head." Other than that, after the English Civil War, in 1651, Oliver Cromwell became king, as he was not able to be king, but however, he was a puppet. A puppet means a strict religious pope was also known as puppet. When Oliver Cromwell ruled from 1651 all the way to 1658, King Charles II and King James VII and the Second of Scotland and England ruled after Oliver Cromwell's, but Oliver Cromwell's had banned Christmas during the time. Why did he ban Christmas? Christmas because many people didn't like to celebrate Christmas. And therefore, as it told this in 1647, Christmas was banned, and due to that, it was not a traditional religious policy. Oliver Cromwell was very strict at the time. He didn't use the peasants to do work. He bullied them. He manipulated them. He encouraged them to do something else other than either studying or doing their work. But unfortunately, Oliver Cromwell did not last long. Until 1658, he became ill and died of malaria. From 1658 to 1688, King Charles II became king. So King Charles and King James were basically brothers. King Charles the sixth, he ruled after Oliver Cromwell's. During his reign was about the Great Fire of London and the London Plague, or the Great Plague of London. So I told you in the previous video about the Great Fire of London and the Great Plague, but soon after, when King Charles II had multiplied and optimized about the strength of his power, he controlled till the year 1688. After Charles II, King James II ruled. When King James II ruled, King James II was not a very well fortunate ruler for his nation. Therefore, King James II was king until 1688, and King James II's brother had 14 children, but instead of that, in the Glorious Revolution, King Charles II gave the throne to his brother, King James II. After James II, William of Orange ruled, and slowly the British Empire had emerged and occurred in different countries like India, Malaysia, Australia, America, South America, Brazil, Austria, Hungary, and other conflicts had emerged from the Ottoman Empire and the Spanish Empire. Other revolutions had occurred till the 19th century to the 20th century. This was how the later Stuarts had ruled, and the King and English Civil War had emerged, and it came to an end. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Thanks. Bye.